Wall Street. It sounds fancy, doesn't it? It conjures up images of guys in expensive suits, yelling numbers, and making millions. Main Street, on the other hand, feels more familiar. It's your local bakery, the barber shop down the road. It's you and your neighbor. One is the land of high finance, the other, the heart of everyday life. They seem worlds apart, but here's the catch. They're deeply connected. Wall Street, with its stock market and investment games, directly impacts Main Street. Your job, your savings, your ability to buy a house, it's all influenced by what happens on that infamous street. Think of it like this. You work hard, earn money, and put some aside. That money, whether in your savings account or retirement fund, doesn't just sit there. It gets invested, often in the stock market, the stomping ground of Wall Street. And that's where things get interesting. So, the stock market. Imagine a giant flea market, but instead of old lamps and questionable velvet paintings, they're trading pieces of companies. These pieces are called stocks. Companies sell stocks to raise money. People buy them hoping their value will go up. Wall Street is like the middleman in this giant flea market. They take a cut for facilitating trades. They invent fancy financial products. And sometimes they gamble with your money, hoping to win big. Now, when the market is doing well, everyone's happy. Your retirement fund grows, companies hire more people, and maybe you even get a raise. But when the market crashes, well, that's when Main Street feels the pain. Here's a phrase you've probably heard: trickle-down economics. The idea is that when Wall Street does well, all that wealth will eventually trickle down to Main Street. It sounds nice, but does it actually work? The evidence is shaky at best. Often when Wall Street prospers, the gap between the rich and the rest of us just gets wider. Remember the 2008 housing crisis? Wall Street made risky bets, the market crashed, and millions of ordinary people lost their homes. The problem is, Wall Street often plays by a different set of rules. They have access to information and resources that most people on Main Street could only dream of. It's like a rigged game, and guess who usually comes out on top? Section 4. From Housing Crisis to Retirement Dreams. Real-life tales of Wall Street's impact. Let's talk about real people for a second. Remember the 2008 housing crisis? Wall Street convinced people to take out mortgages they couldn't afford. When the market crashed, millions lost their homes. These weren't just numbers on a spreadsheet. These were families, dreams, lives turned upside down. Or take retirement funds. Many people rely on investments to secure their future. But when the market is volatile, their retirement savings can evaporate overnight. Suddenly, that dream retirement of relaxing on a beach seems a lot further away. These aren't isolated incidents. Every time Wall Street makes a risky bet, it's Main Street that ends up paying the price. Section 5. The street's grip, you can't escape it, but you can understand it. So, what's the conclusion? Is Wall Street some evil monster determined to crush Main Street? Not necessarily, but it's a system designed to benefit those who already hold the cards. The good news is, understanding how Wall Street operates is the first step towards protecting yourself. By learning the basics of investing, being wary of get-rich-quick schemes, and demanding more transparency from our financial institutions, we can level the playing field. Wall Street might seem like a world away, but its actions have a direct impact on our lives. It's time we start paying attention.